Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog for, I don't know if I'm ever going to actually remember what day it is, but for whatever day today is, welcome to the mat. I am enjoying some beautiful weather out in the back garden today, and we had some cleanup that we needed to burn, so 2 birds with 1 stone. And I'm just starting off here, standing at the foot of my mat, spreading my toes into the ground, taking in some nice deep breaths. So we're going to be starting by coming into a forward fold. Inhale up, exhale, hinging forward at the hips, then coming down before sinking in the rest of the way into a really nice forward fold. Maybe gently sway side to side. Maybe even sway a little forward to back. We're going to walk our hands out into a nice stable plank position and hold for a few moments. One more breath before we lower our knees and press back into child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Let's start undulating up and back through our cat-cow. We can even change the direction of our movement so that we scoot through and then arch our back as we sink back. And we can also just find ourselves in regular old cat-cow. And I'm going to sit back on my feet for just a moment and scooch my microphone and enjoy the fire. Oh, there's really some heat coming off of that, but it's keeping the mosquitoes from feasting on me too much. We'll see. I'm actually going to try a very, very stiff feet. I'm going to try some yoga for the feet today by bending my toes and under me. Now, I'm not quite ready, I don't think, to sit up and put my full weight through my toes. But just coming here for just, I think, 5 breaths, pulsing in and out, maybe leaning from side to side. Like, this is really kind of almost painful. Like, I'm trying to not push into the realm of pain, but it is definitely uncomfortable, and I really need to get mobility back into my feet. So, come up out of that. And now we are going to come into the kind of floating tabletop that we had done, maybe a week or so ago. We were in tabletop and we ground the tops of our feet into our mat before engaging our abs and just floating our knees. It's a lot scarier in my mind than in reality, but this gives me a really nice counter stretch to the foot exercise we just did. And you can pulse in and out of it. There we go. And I'm going to curl my toes back and under and push up into downward facing dog. And you can walk it out. And then I'm actually going to walk back up to a forward fold. Walking my hands back to my feet. Halfway lift with a micro bend in our knees. Exhale back down before we roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Whew. So I'm actually going to change directions that I'm facing, if only so that I can slow roast to the other side of me. So here I'm actually going to be, we're going to practice some balance, but I'm going to be holding on to, I've got my aerial rigging out here, and I'm going to use that to hold on to. But I've just bent down and grabbed my right ankle with my right hand, and I'm just going to stretch into this. It's kind of not quite dancer's pose, like I do not have the flexibility for that yet, but it's not about the hitting that pose, it's about just getting the stretch in. And just because we have something to hold on to doesn't mean that we have to. So we can come and just practice all those little micro adjustments of balance and building strength in our feet. A couple more breaths here. Before we come down, and I'm under quite a lot of pressure here because there's a lot of thigh and butt to squeeze with my leg. So I don't want to just boing out of it. So I'm going to engage and let go. Ooh, that actually gives me a cramp. So I guess I'm going to do it, yeah, on this side, okay. So just holding on over here, and I am going to reach down and grab my left ankle before holding this posture. Like I want to get it nice and comfortable. There we go. And now I'm actually bending my supporting leg quite a bit. That way it gives me much better balance than if I have my knee locked. And if you're doing good on balance, or if you're holding on to something and want to make it more challenging, you can engage your glutes on your raised leg, and you can just push a little bit deeper into your hip. Practicing our balance, just focusing on those micro adjustments. A visualization of flat, peaceful waters might be helpful. Though sometimes it's challenging to focus on something in your mind as well as something that's going on with your body. Ooh, okay, there we go. So now I am actually going to just plop down here in front of the fire so that I can share the view with y'all. Let's just settle on down on our mats, shift our body around to be however is most comfortable. And I'm just going to inhale and exhale. And I am just letting the sweat drip, man. I am sweltering. But in a very good way. It can be like super, like, I don't know, it's just very satisfying and like cleansing to have just sweated a ton. Makes me thirsty, water tastes better. And I'm just leaning forward, getting a little bit of a stretch through the tight taffy of my lower back and hips. You could hold on to your feet, say hello to your beans, your little toe beans. How you doing, toes? Maybe give yourself a little bit of a foot massage. You can hold on to your feet and press your elbows into your calves. Keep your feet flexed so you're protecting your ankles. And then raise your head, almost like we're in the cow part of cat-cow. Really open your heart. Now as we roll back out of this, we can roll our shoulders up and back. We can actually bring our fingertips behind us just a little bit. And again, make that nice curve through our back like we're in cow. And then relax into a scoot. So we're getting that same spinal flex as what we do in cat-cow. But with a very different set of like resistances from gravity. So it uses a very different set of muscles. I'm actually going to turn to my side so that y'all can see. So we're just sitting in an easy pose or cobbler's pose with your feet together. So we'll inhale. Though I'm having such a difficult time finding ease of breath here. This is very challenging. And exhale. So I'm scooping my shoulders forward. I'm really clenching my abs in together, leaning with a posterior tilt, I think, of my pelvis. I'm trying to learn new words. Wish me luck. But yeah, because I think it's posterior tilt and anterior tilt. So posterior is when you like tuck your butt in the cat part of cat-cow, and anterior tilt is whenever you have it like you pop in your booty in the cow part of cat-cow. So let's go ahead and get that posterior tilt going. Oof. And then open back up, arching our back, really opening and lifting our sternum to the sky. One more time. Oof, that's so weird. so different from cat-cow. But it's that sort of thing that's really going to help us out as we start doing our abdominal rolls. So while we're here, let's go ahead, hold on to our shins and lean forward and scoop up and back. And then hunch. Do that posterior tilt, engaging of your lower abs and glutes, and really pulling with your diaphragm down and in as you come through, and scoop. And then come down. The bigger and slower and smoother that you can make this, the more we're going to squeeze out of it. Because by practicing that large, exaggerated movement, then whenever it comes time that we want to make it a very small movement, it's like whenever you do a digital painting, you want to make it really big and in really fine detail. That way, whenever you shrink it smaller, the details are still there. Whereas sometimes if you practice something smaller, like you make that little picture with just a few pixels and stuff, and then you stretch it out, you lose some stuff. So I like to start with the big picture of the movement before refining it down into like an intensely muscle controlled. I have lots of practice ahead of me for show, but I mean, don't we all? But yeah, so I like to start with that really, really big, exaggerated movement before coming down and practicing our stomach undulations. So I think that's it for today, you guys. I'm really paranoid about whether or not this mic is working, so good luck, future Vaughn, who's probably not editing this. But thank you guys so much for joining me here on the mat today. I'm having a really fantastic time letting the fire burn down and just chilling out and doing yoga. So let me know how your day is going and how your practice is going down in the comments below. And until next time, y'all, keep on keeping on. Bye. So I say bye, but I still have to, I still gotta get up. Okay, still gotta get my shoes on. Okay, and then I still gotta stumble over to the camera. There we go. All right. Bye-bye, guys.